Two infamous titans that everyone loves to hate are now going to clash head-on in an upcoming boxing match that will determine who is the better fighter.
Not a good, no.
Not a good fighter. You said that was a good fighter. A real fighter.
Oh, a real fighter.
Yeah.
But this match has become more than just a feat of strength, as Dillon Danis has made it his life's mission to destroy Logan's reputation by targeting people who are close to him, creating a bitter rivalry between the two that makes this upcoming event into a personal grudge match.
You want to bet that I knock you unconscious?
I bet your entire purse.
Dude, I'm gonna clean you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna clean you,
yeah.
I swear, yeah.
But what were the events that led up to this rivalry, and what made Dillon Danis and Logan Paul so infamous on the internet? Before getting into the nitty-gritty of things, let's take a deep dive into the histories of both fighters, starting with the controversial centerpiece of the internet, Logan Paul.
I'm the bad guy.
Logan Alexander Paul is an online content creator, actor, boxer, and now professional wrestler who has millions of followers across social media and his YouTube channel. Logan has made a reputation for himself as being one of the fastest growing influencers on the internet. But before his rise to the top, Paul was posting prank videos on Vine alongside his younger brother Jake Paul. Ever since Vine ended in 2017, Paul has made a name for himself by becoming one of the top online creators on YouTube, having over 23.6 million subscribers and 5 billion views on his Logan Paul Vlogs channel. Logan Paul's success was no surprise to anyone, as his charisma and energetic personality became his strongest assets, attracting millions of viewers to his comedy sketches and vlogs. With each video gaining millions of views and the fan base growing daily by the thousands, Logan began making headlines all over the internet, with Forbes ranking him as one of the highest paid YouTube creators in 2017, 2018, and 2021. Logan's YouTube success gave him the keys to entering new domains where he could show off his talent to an even bigger audience. Logan began landing roles in movies and making guest appearances in TV shows like Law & Order. The content creator took the internet by storm. From news articles to late night shows, his face was seen everywhere on the internet with no end in sight. But Logan was more than just an ordinary content creator, as his entrepreneurial spirit made him dive deep into unknown territories that were different from his usual comedy-oriented content. Logan entered the world of boxing in February of 2018, facing off fellow YouTuber KSI. The match was the first of its kind, with many being surprised by Logan's new endeavor, setting a trend for more influencer boxing matches in the future. Logan's first match with KSI ended in a draw, but that wasn't the end of Logan's boxing chapter, as the event brought him $1.3 million just from pay-per-view buys. The success of the first event led to the duo holding a rematch in November of 2019. The rematch lasted for 6 3-minute rounds, which resulted in KSI being declared the winner. To pour salt on the wound, the online boxing community began mocking Logan for his poor performance in the ring, many leaving comments like, "Every time KSI would get a nasty combo, Logan would just hug him. All this did was make me appreciate actual boxers." But the online hate only motivated Logan to prepare for his next fight, which was against Floyd Mayweather. On June 6, 2020, Logan faced off against Floyd at the Hard Rock Stadium. This was the first time Logan went up against an actual professional boxer who had the power to knock his lights out in seconds. But to everyone's surprise, Logan stood his ground, lasting a total of 8 rounds. In the end, no winners were declared, as it was an exhibition match without any judges. But in the eyes of the community, it was clear that Floyd won the fight, as he landed 43 punches against Paul's 28. The mockery of Logan's boxing skills started to pop up again, as people left comments like, "It's amazing how Logan connected more hugs than punches. Paul did a great job of blocking a lot of Mayweather's punches with his face." But all the negativity didn't take away Logan's focus from boxing, with him constantly training to become a better fighter and setting his sights on new opponents to challenge in the ring. On June 20th, 2022, Logan called out Dillon Danis on the True Geordie podcast.
I'm gonna piece up Dillon Danis.
Really?
Yeah.
I would love that, I've got to be honest.
Everyone would love it. That dude is the fucking gum that sticks to the bottom of your shoe when you walk on the street.
So true.
That dude sucks.
So
I'm gonna
true.
shut his ass up.
While Logan trained for his upcoming boxing matches and expanded his businesses, the hate from the internet remained the same. But to many people, the hate that Logan received was because of his own doing, as throughout his career, Logan has been a part of many controversies, which range from recording a deceased body for content all the way to running an alleged NFT project scam that stole thousands of dollars from his fans. But to make things even worse, Logan has been called out by many people for being an egomaniac and ruining the relationship with his younger brother, Jake Paul. As both fighters were driven to be the best in the ring, Logan saw Jake as the inferior boxer and constantly made remarks in the past that undermined Jake's boxing abilities. This became apparent on one of Logan's impulsive episodes, where Logan expressed his opinion about Jake and himself.
I think I'm better than you, and I think Nate chose you for a reason, and I think everyone knows that.
But what have you done to prove that you're better than me?
I don't know. Went toe-to-toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. What do you think happens if you fight Floyd Mayweather?
I would knock him out.
Bro. But people are avoiding me or picking someone else, and that's obnoxious. Everyone secretly knows why. No one wants to say it because I have an 0-1 record and I wasn't able to knock out the best fighter of all time. But I think it's obvious, bro. I'm very athletic, and I've gotten the hang of boxing in the past 2 years after fighting the GOAT.
After the episode came out, the community responded in Jake's favor and heavily criticized Logan by leaving comments like, "The lack of self-awareness by Logan is scary. This screams hate and jealousy point blank. I'm glad Jake got to see and hear this. I've completely lost respect for Logan Paul with the way he treats his brother." But the controversies and criticisms were doing more good than harm to Logan, as they were spreading more awareness about his content and reaching an even wider audience for him to profit off. This gave Logan opportunities to expand his brands internationally and make multi-million-dollar contracts with companies like the WWE, all while preparing for his upcoming fight against Dillon Danis, who he would soon learn would become a living nightmare for the ones he loves. But who is Dillon Danis?
I'm gonna wear that when I knock him unconscious, so. Okay. In the name of the Japanese people.
Dillon Danis is an American mixed martial artist who competes in the welterweight division of Bellator MMA. Before infamy, Dillon was born with hot blood running through his veins, often getting into street fights with the neighborhood kids. After recognizing his potential to become a professional fighter, Dillon embarked on a journey to learn mixed martial arts at the age of 15. Dillon enrolled in an MMA academy under the guidance of Jamie Cruz, but Dillon lacked the strength to perform properly, due to which, in addition to his mixed martial arts training, he pursued wrestling at Parsippany Hills under the teaching of Jason Lodato. After graduating from the MMA Academy, he relocated to New York to fully dedicate himself to professional fighting, training extensively at Marcelo Garcia's academy. His dedication paid off as he achieved victory in multiple tournaments throughout 2014 and 2015, ultimately earning his first black belt in 2015. Dillon's impressive victories garnered attention within the professional fighting community, which led him to become a part of Conor McGregor's training camp in 2016. Between 2015 and 2018, Dillon participated in 34 MMA bouts, amassing a record of 18 wins and 16 losses. But it seemed like Dillon's controversies were speaking louder than his fighting record, as throughout his career, Dillon had been facing his fair share of backlashes that included having an altercation with MMA fighter Khabib Nurmagomedov, getting arrested for assaulting a nightclub bouncer, and getting kicked out from a UFC building for slapping MMA manager Ali Abdelaziz. But unlike Logan, the controversies began ruining Dillon's image in the MMA community, with many criticizing his unprofessional behavior. The controversies left long-lasting damage to Dillon's reputation and career, with Marcelo Garcia severing ties with Dillon completely, as his behavior did not represent the values of Garcia's academy. Even after facing the consequences of his action, Dillon still didn't learn his lesson as he continued his spree of illegal activities. On February 6, 2023, CoffeeZilla uploaded a video that exposed Dillon for promoting NFT projects that turned out to be scams. The video showcased the lack of care Dillon had for his followers, blindly promoting scams on Twitter while taking a large sum of money in return. After the video was uploaded on YouTube, the online hate towards Dillon grew even more, leaving no room for redemption. Many people mocked Dillon online by saying things like, "Imagine being a pro fighter worth a couple of millions and still taking $1,000 to promote a scam that could make people lose money." Dillon Danis is a joke in the BJJ community, got kicked out of his gym for being an ass, hasn't taken a fight in years because he talks shit and knows he's gonna get his ass handed to him. Even after all the controversial events, Dillon has not stopped being a menace on the internet, now dedicating all of his resources towards ruining Logan Paul's life and reputation. By looking at the histories of both infamous fighters, we ask the question, does Logan Paul deserve the hate he gets from the internet? And has Dillon's violent past ruined his future of becoming a respectable professional fighter? After being called out by Logan on the True Geordie podcast, Dillon responded by accepting the challenge on Twitter. On August the 8th, 2023, it was officially revealed that Logan would be facing Dillon as the prime card of the MF and DAZN X series. From there, the rivalry between the two slowly began. On August 19th, Dillon began posting tweets that mocked Logan's fiancé, Nina Agdal, for having multiple partners before they were engaged. But Dillon went a few steps further and started publicly threatening Logan of having explicit pictures of Nina that could cancel the whole event and even his engagement. Many people were disgusted by Dillon's threats and came to Nina's defense. But what really surprised everyone was how Logan kept silent on the matter and didn't make any attempts to defend his fiancée online, causing Dillon to mock Logan even more, calling him a coward. On August 22nd, during the pre-fight press conference, Logan brought out a cake for Dillon's 30th birthday that depicted Dillon knocked out. In response, Dillon again made derogatory comments towards Paul's fiancée.
At least I got rid of this. You're marrying one.
But Logan turned a deaf ear to the insults. Even after the conference, the insults and mocking of Nina Agdal continued online, escalating to new levels. So much so that Dillon started posting uncensored pictures and videos of Nina that were a decade old. On September 6th, Dillon's smear campaign provoked Nina into filing a lawsuit against him and a restraining order. But that didn't stop Dillon from shitposting about Nina's past. Ever since he was called out, Dillon Danis has become Logan Paul's worst enemy, constantly making attempts to make his life a living hell. The duo's rivalry made the upcoming event something more than just an ordinary boxing match. It's a fight for protecting their own reputations and proving the critics wrong about them being unprofessional fighters. After deep diving into the bitter rivalry between the two fighters, we wonder, has Dillon Danis' tactic of using controversy for publicity ruined his reputation even more? And is this upcoming event finally going to prove the boxing community that Logan Paul is a professional boxer?